Hi and welcome to today's lunchtime flow. Welcome to your class. We're going to get started with you. And just find a nice, comfortable, seated position. And if it's comfortable, close down the eyes here. You can have your hands resting on your knees or your thighs. And palms can be facing up or they can be facing down. And let's take a couple of big sighs. So a nice big inhale through the nose. Do that again if you need to. You can do it as many times as you need to throughout the class today. And then start to tune into your ujjayi breath. So an audible inhalation and exhalation through the nose. Feeling expansion through your stomach and your chest as you breathe. And really noticing how deep you can make your breath. Is there any space that you can breathe into that you sort of left alone, maybe overnight, maybe this morning, you've just been breathing into your chest and really starting to open out. Notice where you can open into to start breathing. Really getting into a rhythm of your ujjayi breath. And keeping your focus on your breath, you can keep your eyes closed or you can open them up. We're going to just start taking some rotations with our upper body. So if you're not sure what you're doing, you can open your eyes, but you're leaning backwards with your upper body to the side and then forward. So think about stirring a great big vat of soup with your upper body. But you're moving really slowly, really mindfully, just noticing maybe there's some tension in the hips, the side body, and keep moving. Take one more rotation in this direction. And when you complete it, just change directions. Starting to involve your shoulders a little bit more here. And all the while breathing into the sensations, the movements. And gently finish the rotation that you're on and bring yourself to stillness. Place your fingertips on the floor beside you. If you're lifted up, you might find it a little bit hard to reach, but just reach down with the fingertips. And as you inhale, reach your right arm up overhead. And as you start to exhale, you reach over towards the left. So I've got my fingertips on the floor, but I'm not sinking down. I'm just lightly pressing. Come back through center. Inhale as you reach your left arm up nice and slowly. And exhale as you reach that arm up overhead. Back through center. Take a couple more rounds. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you reach to the left. Coming back over. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reaching towards the right. Last round like this. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, reach it towards the left. Really reaching deeply now. Reaching the left arm up. And over towards the right. Make your way back to center. If you need to shrug the shoulders out a little bit, please do. And then let your head just hang heavy. So bring your chin towards your chest. Moving really slowly, we're going to take rotations in whichever direction feels good. But slowly start to roll your ear towards your shoulder. Let your head roll back. And then let it roll towards the other side. And back to center. And we're going to keep taking these movements. And as you move, I want you to imagine there's a pencil coming out of the crown of your head. And with this pencil, you're drawing big circles on the ceiling above you. And not only are you trying to make these circles as big as possible, but you're also trying to make them as precise, as perfect as possible. Keep breathing as you move. Finish the circle that you're on and change directions. Really try and keep the movement just in the neck here. So it's tempting to start moving the shoulders, but really just concentrating on movement in the neck. And releasing, so coming back to center, moving nice and slowly. And when you're ready, if you're sitting on a block or a cushion, just removing it over to one side and make your way onto hands and knees. From here, we're going to push straight up and back, downward facing dog. Lift the hips, press the hands down and forwards. Ujjayi breath. Roll yourself forwards to a high plank. And then push back, downward facing dog. We're going to do that again. Roll forwards to a high plank, keeping the legs, the core engaged. As you exhale, push back. Last one like this. Inhale, roll forwards, high plank. Press the earth away. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Bring your feet to touch behind you and lift your right leg up. Bend your knee and open up your hip, stacking your right hip on top of the left. Trying to keep the shoulders square to the top of the mat. Downward facing dog. And walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're at the back of your mat and take a ragdoll. Opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let your head just hang heavy. Maybe take a little sway side to side. Maybe a little bounce. You can keep your knees quite soft here, especially if you're feeling a little bit tight. Release your hands to the mat. Walk them forwards, take a downward facing dog. Feet to touch. Lift the left leg up this time. Bend the knee and open up your hips. Pressing down and forwards with both hands. As you reach that left knee a little bit higher. Downward facing dog. This time walk your feet to your hands. Take a forward fold and interlace your fingers at your sacrum and reach your fists towards the top of your mat. Let the crown of your head hang heavy. And really reaching the fist forwards to feel a sensation in between the shoulder blades. If the hamstrings are tight, really keep a bend in the knees. Make this one all about the shoulders. Release your hands. Place your hands back on the mat, walk your feet back, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forwards, warrior one, rise up on an inhale. And just take a couple of breaths here, pressing down with both feet. See how far you can bend that front knee. Rotate the torso towards the front of your mat. One more big inhale here. Exhale, hands to mat, straight to your downward facing dog. Step your left foot in between your hands. Warrior one, rise tall. Again, just feeling your way into your body. How does your warrior one feel right at the start of class? Press down with the outer edge of that back foot. Focus your gaze. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to mat, downward facing dog. Roll yourself forwards to a high plank. Drop both knees down. We're going to take a side plank, right hand down, left arm up. So spin on, straighten the left leg out, and you're sort of on the toes, or you can have the right foot flat on the floor, your choice. And from here, let's see if we can all lift our left leg up. Pull the core muscles in and up to help you with your balance. You can gaze down towards the right hand or up towards the left hand. From here, we're going to see if we can tap the right toes down on the floor. Lift them back up. We're going to do this 3 more times. Lower that foot down. Lift it up. Lower it down. Keep breathing. Lift it up. Last one, lower it down. Lift it up and hold. Come back to your tabletop. Both hands, both knees down on the floor. And we'll go straight onto the other side. So Turning that left foot out, straighten the right leg, right arm goes up. Really find your foundation here. So pressing the left hand down into the floor. You can choose where your gaze goes, either up or down. And then again, we're going to take a couple of taps with that right foot this time. So lift it up, lower it down, lift it up, lower it down, lift it up, keep the toes flexed if you can, lower it down. One more time, lift it up and hold it here and breathe. Come back to tabletop, hands and knees down. And let's take a couple of rounds of cat and cat. So inhale, drop the stomach, arch the back, bring the gaze up. Exhale, round the spine, pull tummy button in and up, chin towards chest. Inhale as you arch, opening up. And exhale as you round. Take a couple more rounds like this to the speed of your own breath. Keep pressing down with the fingertips, the knuckle pads, the whole of the hand. Last one, inhale, open up. And exhale, rounding down. Bring yourself to a neutral spine. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Take a halfway lift, hands to shins, crown of the head forwards. Fold. And again, halfway lift. High plank. Drop your knees, untuck your toes, come all the way down. Open your chest, cobra, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Push back, downward facing dog. Really tuning into your breath. Notice how you're feeling today. Step or walk to the top of your mat. Lift halfway. Fold. And again, lift halfway. High plank. Drop your knees, untuck your toes, come all the way down, or take full chaturanga, your choice. Either a cobra or an upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Just feeling your way into your body today. Step or walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forwards. And again, inhale, flat back. Exhale, high to low plank or knees, chest, chin, if that's better for you today. Up dog or cobra. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Soften knees, gaze forwards. Either walk or take a light jump to the top of your mat. Lift halfway. Fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. Sink your hips nice and low. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Bend your knees, chair pose, reach tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Moving with your breath. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forwards, warrior one. Inhale, rise. You've been here already today. Notice if this warrior one feels any different to the one we started class with. Open out to a warrior two. Flip your front palm in reverse, go up and go back. Windmill the arms to the mat through your vinyasa. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forwards, warrior one. Inhale, rise up. Warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, low plank. Up dog or it's a cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Just taking a couple of deep breaths in your down dog. And maybe bring your gaze to your toes. See if you can lift your 10 toes here. It might feel a little bit weird trying to do it. And then see. Soften knees, gaze forward as lightly as you can. Jump to your hands. Lift halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And staying with your chair, see if you can lift your right foot off the floor. So you're balancing on your left bent leg. From here, see if you can bend your left knee so much that you tap your left heel with your right knee. Lift it up. We're going to do that 2 more times. Bend the left knee, tap the left heel with the right knee. Lift it up. Last time, lower down. Lift it up. Place the right foot down, staying in your chair pose. Keep both knees bent. See if you can lift the left foot up. Find your balance. Keep the right knee bent. Then we're going to tap the right ankle with the left knee. Lift up. And again, tap the right heel. Lift it up. Last one like this. Lower down. Lift up. Staying with your chair pose. Breathe in. Bring your hands together at heart center. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist towards your right. So both knees are still bent. Maybe take a little look at your knees. See that they're still in line. Breathe into the sensations in your thighs. Building a bit of heat here, a bit of tapas. See if you can lift up onto your left tippy toes. Maybe lift that foot up slightly. As slowly as you can, twisted lunge. Step that foot back. Keep breathing. Bring your gaze back to your front foot. Step back, twisted chair. Sink the hips a little bit lower. Stay with it. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forwards. Separate your feet and grab your big toes with your first 2 fingers. Take a halfway lift. Bend your knees if you need to. Exhale, fold deeply over your legs. Really let your upper half just melt down. If you need to sigh or shake anything out, please feel free. Release your toes. Heel toe your feet together to touch. Chair pose. Bend your knees. Last one today, I promise. Sink the hips. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the thighs together as if you were holding something in between your knees that you really didn't want to let go of. Hands together at heart center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist towards your left this time. Really pressing the palms into each other. Maybe having a little look down at your knees. See that they're still in line. Ujjayi breath. Bring your gaze down towards your feet. Coming onto the tippy toes of that right foot. Maybe let the right foot hover. And then moving slowly, step it back. Twisted lunge. Pull the tummy button in and up. So I'm not sinking onto my front thigh. There's a space in between my tummy and my thigh. Twisting my chest open. Gaze down towards the left foot. Step back, twisted chair. See how low you can sink your hips. Last few breaths here. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forwards. Separate your feet and slide the whole of the palm of the hand under the foot. So the toes are right up on your wrist creases. Again, find length. And then fold over your legs. Maybe a gentle shake of the head, yes and no. Maybe you just need a few moments in stillness. Release your hands. Take a halfway lift, flat back. Step back, high plank. Either drop your knees or chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forwards, warrior 1. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior 2. Straighten your front leg. Reach forwards and down, triangle. Try not to dump the weight down. So if you can't reach the floor and you feel like you'd like something under your hand, either grab a block or, I don't know, a water bottle, something within reach if you can. It sometimes helps to anchor that right hand down to open the chest a little bit more. Try not to dump all the way forwards. Really press down with the back foot. Breathe. On an inhale, rise up to standing. Step your back foot in and out slightly. So I've still got about legs length in between my legs, lengthwise, and my hips are both facing forwards. So I'm not tilting one way or the other, I'm just pointing forwards. From here, grab opposite hand to opposite elbow. Inhale to open. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Try and have your hips level here. So maybe you need to bring your hands onto your hips and notice if they're tilting one way or the other. You might need to pull the right hip back slightly. From here, start to shift your weight into your right foot as you lift your back leg up into a warrior three. Keep the arms where they are. Awareness on that left hip, try not to let it lift open. Reach the left heel towards the back wall. So all the muscles in that left leg are engaged. Staying with it for a couple more moments. And then release both feet onto the floor, let go of your hands, shake it out a little bit. If you're not at the top of your mat, step forwards. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Up dog or it's a cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forwards, warrior one, rise two. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten your front leg, reach forwards and then tilt down to your triangle. I like to have something underneath that bottom hand, but you don't have to. And we're opening the chest so much that you're almost coming into a slight back bend here. Don't forget about the back foot, really grounding down, especially with the outer edge of that back foot. On an inhale, rise up to standing. Step that back foot in and out slightly. So again, maybe bring your hands to your hips. Check they're facing the front of the room, so we're not tilting one way or the other. Once you feel nice and secure, hips are level, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale as you fold forwards. Maybe having the gaze down towards the left shin, the left ankle, or the left big toe. And again, start to shift the weight into that left foot as you lift the right leg up behind you. Flex the right toes and really reach the right heel towards the back. Keeping the arms where they are, see if you can open the chest a little bit more. Focus your gaze to one spot to help you with your balance. And release both feet down. Stand up tall. If you need to shake it out, do. We're going to take dancer's pose. So standing up, right hand alongside you so the eye of the elbow is pointing out. Left arm up. Grab the inside, so I'm grabbing the arch of my right foot. Start with knees together to touch. Think about reaching with the left hand. And then start to tilt forwards as you kick back into your hands. Dancers. So imagine there's something at the front of the room that you're... And release, windmill the arms. Start with knees touching, reach the right arm up, find length, and then start to lean forwards. And at the same time, kick backwards. If you are, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Pausing here. And we're going to take another side plank. So we've taken this already today, but this time maybe try without dropping the bottom knee. So we're going to spin. Start by bringing your feet together to touch even. And then see if you can spin onto the blade, so the outer edge of the right foot. And 2 more goes. Lower it down. Lift it up. Last one, nearly losing my balance. Otherwise, just staying here for 2 deep breaths. If you've dropped your knees, come back up, come and meet us here. Feet together to touch. We're going to go onto the other side. So spinning onto the blade, the outer edge of the left foot. Right arm up. Press the left hand down. Lift that right leg. Options to stay here or go ahead and take that movement. Lower the right foot down. Lift it up. Lower it down. Lift it up. 2 more goes. Lower it down. Lift it up. Keep breathing. Last one. Lower it. Lift it. Moving slowly with control. Come back to your high plank. Breathing here. And then drop your knees. Open your knees out nice and wide. Big toes touching. Let yourself sink back into a child's pose. So forehead to the mat if you can reach. And really reach the fingertips as far forwards as you can as you sink your hips down and backwards. Take a few deep breaths here. It might feel nice to gently roll from side to side on the forehead. Roll yourself forwards and downward facing dog. Soften knees, gaze in between your hands, and either walk or take a light jump all the way through to seated to make your way to lying on your back. And we're going to take a bridge pose from here, so feet flat to the floor, hip width apart. Make sure you can just brush your heels with your fingertips, and then press the feet down, lift up the hips. You can choose what you do with your hands, either press the upper arm bones down, sort of like robot-y type arms, or interlace the fingers underneath you and walk your shoulder blades as close together as you can. Use your Ujjayi breath there. Can you lift a little bit higher? Last few moments. And release. Roll your spine back along the mat. Sway your knees from side to side. And we're going to take one more back bend today. Either another bridge, or if you have full wheel in your practice, go ahead and lift up. Whichever you choose, just go for it and lift the hips up as high as you can. Ujjayi breath wherever you are. And everyone moving slowly with control, roll yourself down out of the pose. Come to Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet to touch, knees open wide. One hand to heart, one hand to stomach. If you need to sigh or release, please do. But just notice, take a few moments of stillness to really notice what's going on for you physically right now. If your eyes are closed, open them back up. Bring your knees together to touch and hug them in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Maybe a little massage by rocking side to side. And then bring your feet into a chair pose position. So you can choose, it's a little bit harder the further away you push your knees. But for me, my lower back starts lifting. So try and keep your lower back on the floor. So wherever your knees fit. From here, we're going to pulse up towards our knees for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Make sure you're breathing. 3, 2, 1. Keep lifted. Lower your right leg so it's 2 inches off the floor. Pulse up towards the left knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. So lifting the right leg up, straightening the left leg 2 inches off the floor. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Grab the underneath of your thighs and take a couple of rock and rolls backwards and forwards, just massaging the length of the spine. When you've done enough, come up to a seated position. And we're going to take a little horse face pose, but we're going to break it up. So find a comfortable seat, preferably cross-legged if you can. If you need to grab a block or a cushion, please do. And we're going to start with the upper half of our body. So reach your right arm up and then place your right hand sort of in between your shoulder blades. From here, use your left hand to press your right elbow further down. So I'm really feeling a stretch along the sort of underneath, so the tricep of my right hand. From here, options to reach back with the left hand. So aiming to sort of reach back and hold on to my fingertips. If you can't reach, if you have a strap close by, use it. Otherwise, you can sort of use whatever you're wearing, whether that's your sports bra, your t-shirt, maybe even your pajamas. But find a position where you're sort of holding on to something. Think about pressing that right elbow back a little bit, and then just sit up nice and tall. Allow the Ujjayi breath to return, that same full body breath that we started the class with. Try not to let the tension creep into any other parts of your body. And gently release that side. If you need to sort of roll the shoulders out, shrug them, release them. Take any movement here. And we're going to go on the other side. So reaching that left arm up. Place the palm of the hand in between the shoulder blades. Press down on the left elbow. I nearly called it a heel then. Left elbow with the right hand. So deepening that sensation along the tricep. Maybe even into the armpit a little bit. So that's what I'm getting right now. And then reach the right hand back and try and hold on to your fingertips. Don't be surprised if on one side you can easily reach your fingertips and on the other you're not getting anywhere near. Again, if you have any sort of strap, if you don't have a strap, a great option to bring to these online classes is a tie, a scarf, or a dressing gown belt is pretty popular. And then again, wherever you're reaching, if your fingertips are holding on to each other or if they're not, think about opening that elbow out, just sitting up nice and tall. And releasing this side as well. Again, it might feel nice to just shrug the shoulders, roll the shoulders if you need to. And we're going to go into the lower half of this same pose. You might want to sit on a block or a cushion, but I'm going to show you the full pose first. If it doesn't work for you, don't be surprised, and I'll show you another option. So we're starting with right leg on top of left. You're aiming to get your knees stacked on top of each other. Feet out towards the sides. Make sure you're not leaning onto one side. So for me, I need to sort of shuffle to one side. If this is accessible and easy for you, you can start to fold forwards, bring your forehead down. If any of you, your knees are sort of up high like this, just go to a sort of loose cross-legged position, but with the right leg in front. So you can have it quite loose, you can bring, just sort of cross over the ankles, just starting to feel a sensation in mainly the right hip, but you might also get it in the left hip. If you're going for the looser version, you might have more space to start folding forwards. You choose. So either knees stacking on top of each other or just a loose cross-legged. It might feel nice to sit on a little cushion here. And we're just going to stay breathing deeply. You might want to close your eyes. You might want to think about sending each inhalation to wherever it is that you're feeling this stretch. This one can be quite intense. Just see if you can sit in stillness, in calmness. just for a few lovely, nourishing, deep breaths. We've worked our legs quite hard today, so just allowing this time to stretch out, but to also notice and appreciate the sensations going on. Unraveling the pose as best you can. And in between sides, I quite like to lean back and just shake out the legs a bit. It might feel nice to bend the knees and sway the knees from side to side. You just choose what your body needs to feel a bit of release. And when you're ready, we're going to go on the other side. So this time, left leg on top. So starting with the option of the full pose, so knees stacked on top of each other. Make sure you're right sitting on both seat bones equally here. And then if it feels good, starting to fold forwards. Options again, if that's just not feeling good for you today or your knees are way too high up, you can come to a looser cross-legged position, left leg in front. You can stay upright or, again, you can fold forwards. And again, like with our shoulders, don't be surprised if one side felt really accessible and the other side feels completely impossible. That's very, very normal. And just taking a time to really understand what your body needs. So it doesn't necessarily need the full pose, even if you know you can do it. Maybe today you're a little bit tired or you want to just give yourself a slower stretch rather than going all the way in for it. Each time you find your mind might wander off, just come back to your breath. And unraveling this pose wherever you are, again taking any counter movement to release if it was quite intense, or you just need a few moments in stillness to feel that rush of blood coming into areas that maybe have been a little bit squashed. And then when you're ready, come to lying on your back, and we're going to take a shoulder stand. If you don't feel like shoulder stand today, you can just bring your hips towards the wall and lift your feet up against the wall. Otherwise, start lying on your back, and we'll take a plow pose to start with. So kicking the feet over the head, toes should touch the floor. You can have the knees quite bent here. Hands to lower back, and then lift the feet up towards the ceiling. So we're just trying to get our feet and our hips up high. Try not to look around the room in this one. And to start to release the pose, bend your knees, bring them down towards your forehead or your ears. Pausing here. Maybe using your hands as brakes along the mat. Slowly, with as much control as you can, roll out of the pose. When everyone is ready, we'll be lying flat on our backs for a spinal twist. So hugging the right knee in towards the chest, left leg outstretch. Maybe give that right knee a little sway side to side, maybe a few little circles. And then when you're ready, reaching the right knee over towards the left, maybe reaching the right arm towards the right. Come back through center. Swap sides, hug the left knee in, give it a nice squeeze. And again, maybe sway the knee from side to side, maybe take some circles, really feeling your weight into the hip. Now that we've worked it hard, we've stretched it out, how is it feeling? Then let your left knee fall over towards the right for your supine twist. Come back to center. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, forehead towards knees. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let go of the legs, let go of the arms. Coming to lying flat on your back for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. Bring some small movement to your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms up overhead, take a full body stretch, waking yourself back up, ready for your Monday, your week ahead, whatever it has in store. Roll onto your right side into a fetal position. And with as little movement, as little effort as possible, make your way to a seated or a kneeling position with hands together at heart center and your eyes closed. Take a moment of gratitude for your own physical body, for everything that it's capable of, whether that's on or off your yoga mat. And with that thought in your mind, lift your thumb knuckles up to your forehead center. Together we bow forwards and say, Namaste. Thank you very much for sharing your practice with me. I hope you have a wonderful day. It looks like we've got a little bit of sun coming out. Let me know any feedback, questions, or requests. Otherwise, I hope to see you here again soon. Thank you.